Welcome to It Was All a Dream official podcast. I am your host, Ashley Greggins, and we are on episode 14. The guest today is Chloe Shaw, and she owns Mindful Movements. Now, what Chloe has done is she has mixed her knowledge and nutrients, her PT and skills, and also her degree in psychology, and she has created a business. It was such an interesting conversation, and I really think a lot of people will benefit from listening. So please enjoy this episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Chloe, welcome to It Was All a Dream.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. How'd you feel?
Nervous. Definitely nervous.
Yeah, everyone says nervous. I feel like I have to stop asking the question now because the beginning of the pod is going to be the same for everyone. Everyone goes to bits and then they're like, I'm all right now.
Have a little chill.
Yeah, so you own Mindful Movements, but before we start talking about that, just give us a little lowdown about yourself, just where you grew up, and then your first job.
So I grew up in Croxter. My first job, you know what, it was Everton actually, even though I was supporting and I was supporting the winning team.
We'll stick with Everton.
Yeah, it was the Dixie Dean Suite.
Loved that.
I loved it, to be honest, I did love it. And then growing up, I kind of, for a job, I actually wanted to be a vet. Mm-hmm. And then I needed my sciences and stuff, so just completely changed and thought I'm going to do psychology instead. And I want to move abroad, so to do that and combine them, I need an online business and I love training, so I put the psychology with the training and see where I go. Yeah.
So take it back just a little bit, because I was scrolling through your page last night and I noticed that you had an NHS uniform, so where does that all link in?
So I work in the secure units with mental health, and I just do that on the bank.
Yeah.
So just here and there, try and get more of experience with the psychology side of things.
So it's really good, isn't it? So what you're doing is you've actually linked the two of them, which obviously Mindful Movements, that's exactly where it's come from.
Yeah. So
you're linking the two of them. So you're doing personal training and then you do online training, but you do a little bit of both. You've dipped your feet into the two of them. And then also in your spare time, but not spare time, you're a bank nurse. Yeah. So you're a little bit like myself. You like to get your hands dirty.
Yeah, fingers in different pies.
Yeah. So 2023 was your first post, because I've done my research. So is that when Mindful Movements started?
Yeah.
So before that, was you doing full-time nursing?
No, just still on the bank. I think I've been on the bank probably for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And then I thought I need something else and I want a business. As I said, to get me abroad. So I thought online and in person will be the way to go. Yeah,
it's very, I was speaking to you before about it, because I've done other PTs and other coaches and stuff, and the biggest thing that they always say is their end goal is to go online. So like, is there any like pros to that or cons to that? Because I think it is something that people are striving, but for me it always confuses me because it is a physical job. You physically have to, you know, so what do you feel like? Do you feel like the online is really good, or do you feel like personal PTing?
I find if you're an organised person, that online can be a good thing to go on. But I found myself 100 miles per hour a lot. So again, with sticking too many fingers in too many pies, I went 100% with me in person, and I got a little bit overwhelmed because I bit off more than I can chew. So I definitely analysed that. I went on a retreat and it kind of helped me come to terms with, I need to put my focus in one thing that I love to do and not be everywhere at once. And so I've come back to the in-person to then progress when I am ready to go online.
Yeah. What was the retreat?
It was like a meditation retreat.
Wow.
It was about stress. It was about letting go of anything that upsets you, makes you feel overwhelmed, any bad kind of experiences that you've been through. It was overwhelming, but it was definitely it made you look differently, give you a different perspective.
Because everything you've just listed then is just related to owning your own business. Overwhelmed, stress. So did it teach you like certain things to do, like breathing exercises when you are feeling and stuff, and then are you taking that and then are you putting that into moving mindfulness?
Yeah, definitely. So she was able to tell when I moved 100 miles per hour, we'd come downstairs and we'd speak together and kind of say how we'd felt that morning. And from the first second, as soon as I spoke, I was just erratic. So she'd be like, go on ground. So I'd go on ground, I'd kind of just calm myself down, and it did work. I know a lot of people don't believe in all the grounding, but there's so much scientific information about it now that you can't not believe. It's not a belief thing.
No, it's not like a hippy-dippy thing. Yeah, it's actually, when you go through it and you actually are thinking, and it's actually science, it's chemistry.
It is science,
it is, yeah. So
that's all that.
Yeah, that's what it is. So that's what, because I dip in and out. I mean, I've got a crystal in my pocket now, to be honest with you, so I dip in and out of it. But there is definitely something about the way it puts your mind and the way there is, isn't there? Are you a bit spiritual yourself? Because when I see your name, that's what I...
Yeah, I am, I do believe in all like the manifestation and things like that. I feel like you've got to kind of believe that it's meant for you. And in terms of your future and how your future looks. And I have tried the journaling and I was going well at it, and then stopped. Holidays got in the way. Yeah. I was going on holidays, I was working loads, and I just kind of didn't continue it. But I find if you do write things down, give yourself that little, I am going to do that, I can see myself, then obviously you've got to put the work in, but it definitely is. It's there.
I journal every single day. I mean, I've got about 5 different journals of like goals, things and whatever, and I can go back right up until like 2000, something like that. Like I've done it for years, And I've wrote about this building before this building was here. I wrote about my boyfriend before my boyfriend was my boyfriend. Like, no, honestly, like he goes like, you are a white witch. Like, how have you? Like, it's like, do me potions. No, but it is. I am like big, and what I love about you, it's quite unique, and I really want to touch on it, is the fact that you've got the mental health side of your career, and then you are moving that into your business. So your target, not audience, but your target client. What is your like target client? Because I did see, which I thought was fantastic, that you actually done free classes for anyone that was suffering with mental health. So is it something that you like try to focus on?
So I see so many people, and I know a lot of them, that instantly have these, maybe a sad day or come into a sad week and it's depression, or it's feel a little bit nervous like myself today, and it's immediately anxiety, and they run and they get prescribed medication that's just ruining the hormones. And I want people to understand that exercise, and especially food, is the key to those moods. And so, for example, if you're sitting there depressed and you're eating pizza every day and fast food, your gut is getting that every single day, therefore you are releasing negative mood. You're getting more anxious by the days because your serotonin doesn't know what to do with itself, which is coming from your gut. And all these brain chemicals that get released when you do work out, you become this different person. And then when you're on the medication for depression, you just go downhill. And it's sad to say, society is ruined nowadays.
Yeah, it is. There's always a place for medicine. There's always a place to go to the doctor and stuff. But I do think there is a lot out there now of people saying, actually, like, come and try and go to the gym, try and do yoga, and I do think it all combines really well, isn't it? You know, it's a very nice place now to think that there is more than just a prescription medicine that you can do to help you. I've actually been on prescribed medicines myself, and there is some reasons why that is absolutely correct for people and that is right for people. But for me, I ended up coming off my prescribed medicines and journals and done and stuff like that, because I just wanted to try a different
self-therapy.
I just wanted to try a different way. I was going through a bad grieving time, and I believed that I was grieving. I didn't need the antidepressants as such, but also it was, I will never not take it if I don't need it again, because what it did do to me is just quiet my brain for a little minute. 6 months of just, okay, this is how I think. Oh, this is how you're supposed to think, because I was so erratic. But then now it was a few years ago. So it is absolutely great, isn't it, to like put them steps into the motion. What is, if somebody's listening to us right now and they're like, all right, well, it's fair enough saying that, but where do we start? Like, what is like one thing that you would say, get up in the morning and try and do this first? Because it can be overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming. I'd say get up in the morning and write your day. Just write it, and then go through it and have a good breakfast. Just fill yourself with whole foods that aren't processed, and that will give you your energy, and then just go on a walk. It'll allow you to clear your head. It's even sometimes you can be stressed, but you are still releasing those hormones and chemicals when you are walking. So I guarantee going on a walk might solve all your problems, but it's going to solve a little.
Yeah, of course. And it sets the tone for the day, doesn't it? I mean, I'm like, I have to remind myself 52,000 times a day that it's not a bad day, it's just a bad minute.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Yeah, I'm constantly like, Ash, it is okay. Especially being self-employed and stuff like that, you can get overwhelmed. But what is the one thing that, so you said earlier on that you wanted your own business, was it solely focused on because you want to move abroad, or is it always something that you've had in you? Do you have people around you who've got their own businesses?
Not really, no, but I think since I've literally been this big, I've imagined myself in a business suit and to where I can do what I want, when I please, and to be honest, I want to spoil my dog so much. I want her to see the world. So it's kind of now I'm thinking, where do we go? How do we get there? I will literally say to Niana, we're going to be on the beach every day one day. Like, my world is Niana's world. So I've just always wanted it for myself. I just think there's so many average people out there. I don't want to be one of them.
Yeah. You want better.
I want to show your own potential.
Yeah. And then also you've got loads of potential, by the way, because I can feel it oozing out again. I always get like these feelings for some people, and then obviously when I meet someone who's a little bit like me, and I'm like, oh girl, you're gonna go far. Sometimes men as well, but I'm like, you're gonna go far. So we've got the PT in business. So what is your most favourite part of that? Is it the helping people? Is it the mixing your nursing side with that? What is your favourite part of the PT?
It's them messaging me the next day and telling me how good they feel and they want to do it again. And I understand. I didn't want to train today, and I thought, just do it. Just do the thing you don't want to do. Think less. Do more. And when I see people, don't get me wrong, I'm going, you'll enjoy it afterwards, you'll enjoy it, and they'll go, I don't want to do it no more. Counting reps that aren't proper reps. But yeah, it is because I know you're going to feel good after you've done that. And I feel like training to me is it's been quite natural. So I've never not known how to do a squat. And then I've got clients who don't know how to do a squat, and I love it because I think, okay, I can go, I can show them what I'm made of, kind of thing. But yeah, it is just genuinely helping people and getting them to progress. Yeah,
that is the best feeling. I think that is just in any kind of service job. Obviously, I do a totally different service, but mine is that feedback and that feel good. Is it women only?
No,
it is men and women only. Well, that's good. That's really interesting because I think we've only done women only PT, and so that's really interesting. So they come to the gym, is it membership kind of thing? They pay for it, and then they get like so many lessons. And then, so I was actually talking to my sister-in-law the other day. She started really exercising, and she gets this thing where if now that she doesn't exercise, it really plays on her mind and it really annoys her. And I hear this all the time. I hear, like, if I don't go to the gym, I feel like shit and whatever. If I don't go to the gym, I am in the gym for 3 weeks because I've just been on holiday for 10 days. I went the other day. I had to drag myself there. I don't get that guilt feeling whatsoever. I'm like, I am in the gym. I don't give a shit that I haven't been in the gym.
To be honest, I don't like, I go because I need to go. Kind of thing. So when people do say, I feel crap, I agree with what you're saying. I don't feel crap because I could quite happily sit there and enjoy job in the world. But I do for more longevity. So I try and get my clientele around the longevity programs because it's not all about aesthetics. It's about being able in the future to lift your kids up and play with your kids and your grandkids when you are a certain age. Like, the goal is to live long, not to live till your 50s because you've been on the ale every single day and you've had too much, I'm living for the weekend. So it's about balance, but I've just been on holiday for 10 days and I drank every single day. But I'm back now.
And that's it's everything in moderation, isn't it? That's so nice to hear as well, because sometimes you look on Instagram, not all the time, and I don't believe anyone on my podcast that we've had before has done it, but sometimes you can look at and it's all about them, like, get shredded in 6 weeks, get the six pack, get then it's about the before and afters. But I was actually speaking to my friend this morning, And we're like 30s now, kind of thing. And in our 20s, me and him, we've yo-yos and dieted our whole entire lives. We will go from like 9 stone to 11 stone. We're just exactly the same. He's the male version of me. And he's just lost 3 stone, I think it is. I hope that I've got that right. But this time he said, I'm just not focused on them numbers. I'm not even looking at the scales now. He said, because 50-year-old me is going to thank me this time. I'm not bothered about it. It's just about me not putting it back on and not so.
Well, funnily enough, you said that. So with some of my nutrition clients, I don't focus on calories. I just focus on protein and fats. And then I say, let's put your carbs. And people say, carbs aren't your enemy. Completely agree. But a lot of carbs nowadays are processed. So I say to them, when you're training, especially like say a leg day, which is going to be a hard session, have your carbs before that. Always have your carbs before you're training.
Yeah, I've heard this before. Does it slowly release energy?
The carbs. Yeah, exactly. So, and I find carbs bloat a lot of people. So, going off topic a little bit, but when people want to lose fat and they jump onto the treadmills, also basically losing, don't get me wrong, they're losing calories, but they're also just losing water. So, it's okay, you want to lose fat, but if you want to lose it, then look at your food. Not
it is about the food, isn't it?
It's a balance. And it definitely is. A lot of your food, as I said, calories do matter, but people haven't got the knowledge, so they're just jumping in and I want to lose weight, I'm going to just do as much cardio as I can. No, do your research and then give yourself a program.
Yeah. So on the food side, because this is really important and it's something that I've seen the other day, and that I'm going to go through some what I would think is a healthy option, and you let me know is this correct or not. So a protein shake in the morning.
It's all right, but it's not whole foods.
So it's not as good as egg and bacon.
Exactly.
Bacon.
Yeah. So get your meat in and get your fat in, so your avocados, your butter, things like that. That's going to keep you fuller for longer. So the more protein you have, the less appetite you've got, because your protein is keeping you full. Whereas you'll find if you're having a lot of carbs in the morning, your blood sugar's spiking. So soon it's going to then drop and you're then going to crave more carbs and you're going to crash. Exactly,
Yeah. What about this pre-workout? What is this? Oxyshred. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the brand or whatever. I've seen it and I've been looking at it and I'm like, do I need this?
I do take pre-workout sometimes. It's probably not the best, but a lot of us take it. So it's kind of, you can and on about supplements. It's how healthy you want to be.
Yeah.
So like they're me saying, your pasta's processed and like your potatoes are natural. That's just me being picky. That's because I want to have natural foods. Whereas my client might want to go down that rabbit hole and want to just stay in, just put on the portion smaller rather than just going whole foods. And we'll work around that if that's the case.
Yeah. Okay, carnivore diet.
Okay.
Because I've tried it and I felt amazing.
Exactly.
I didn't eat off a wooden stick.
No, I didn't. I like, when I say I like it, I watch a lot of it, and I do believe the high fat, high protein diet and your whole food carbohydrates, such as your potatoes. I do like it.
I know. I knew you were going to say that.
I do like it because
it's taking it right back to like the carnivore.
To natural, And I think today society is like, have this, have that. No, don't have any of that. And it's like, you can't have olive oil. You can, you just need to be careful what olive oil you're having.
Okay.
You can't have salt. You can, just see what salt you're having. What else?
So is it like a Himalayan salt instead of like a
instead of table salt? That's a load of crap. But then, like, what's it called? It's I don't want to say it wrong. It's Andrew Huberman. I use at the moment Himalayan, but apparently because it's coming from China, it's got metals in.
Right.
So I'm sort of like calcium salt.
It is a rabbit hole.
It is definitely.
Really is a rabbit hole.
So as I said, it depends how deep you want to go into it. Really.
Yeah, and then the last one is, you're going to kill me, Ozempic.
Do you know what? Right, okay. So I didn't really believe this, and I thought if you want to do it the natural way. Stop being lazy. That's still the statement that I'm making. But I have listened to podcasts on it, and doctors have came on and said it's not the worst thing, but if you're not going to then keep the lifestyle that it's given you, then there's no point because you're going to yo-yo.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cosmetology with Elegance. Affordable skincare, high-end ingredients. We'll link the website below. Let's get back to the episode. Yeah, so I've actually tried those I went to like partnership with a pharmacy. We were doing it correctly. Did come in and get weighed by me and stuff like that. He would prescribe it if their sugar levels were in, because it was for the obese people and it was for diabetes. But I wanted to try it, and I did lose half a stone. I lost half a stone in 4 weeks, but I could do that anyway if I really put my mind to it. And for me, the side effects were horrendous. I was so ill. My boyfriend didn't know that I was on it, and about the second week, he was like, I think we should take you to see a doctor's. Actually, you've been sick for like 10 days straight. And I was like, ew, I'm on Ozempic. And he was like, you joking? So I do think it is modern medicine, of course. There's a place for it, and there's a reason. There is a reason. That's why I wanted to actually, because some PTs are like really against it, some are not. But from doctors and from nurses that I am speaking to, there's definitely like a place for it with like diabetes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think do research. Don't just follow the crowd. Don't follow everyone else because your mate's doing it.
Don't get prescribed off Instagram.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, just do your own research, and if it benefits you, and definitely keep up with it once you're off it. Keep up with the lifestyle. Don't just go back to your old lifestyle, but as we said, habit to habit. Yeah,
it is. It's like that. It's like the Slimmers World habit, isn't it? Because Slimmers World teaches you that everything's a sin and everything's like that's years old now, isn't it? And because my mum was a Slimmers World die-hard, like I got brought up in a Slimmers World house, and I tried Slimmers World when I was like, I don't know, a few years ago, and I didn't get that massive weight loss that you get in the first week, and it's because I've always just had brown bread. I've always had low fat butter. Always, because my mum's we've always had fry spray and then that.
That's all terrible. Like now kind of carnivore diet, you probably know. It's like, have your butter. Don't be getting all the processed. Don't be getting the low fat. Have your butter full. Like, what else did you say?
Like the bread and stuff. But bread is...
Well, sourdough, actually, when I was reading about sourdough bread, it can reduce breast cancer.
Talk to me about sourdough, because I do not know what this is.
Yeah, it literally is just a type of bread, and don't get me wrong, I don't know all the...
It's like, doesn't have chemicals in it or something?
I think it is one of the most natural ones that you're probably getting, but it does reduce your risk of breast cancer, I have read. Wow. So, if anyone wants it, then...
Yeah. I mean, I've tasted it, but because... I'm gluten intolerant, so I'm intolerant to gluten. So, like, I really try my hardest. I've never really had white bread, but I will tell you a funny story. So, one day I had white bread with full fat butter and ham on it, and I had a cup of tea with 2 sugars and full fat milk, right? And I was like, this is life. I was like, wow, this is what it's supposed to taste like. I was like, this is what it's supposed to taste like. It was delicious, because I would always have brown bread, low sugar, you know, like, and one day I don't know where it was, and that's what they would have, and I was like, this is what it's supposed to taste. It was so nice.
You know what though? I actually do prefer brown bread. I think it's sweeter.
Yeah. I try and avoid bread as much as I can because it bloats me. Same. Carbs, they bloat you, don't they?
Yeah, I do find. So, a lot of my nutrition clients, I try and say, be aware of what you're eating in the night, because obviously, as we mentioned before, carbs are for energy. So, unless you're training really early in the morning, there's no necessary reason why you should be having carbs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Carbs,
this is all your opinion.
Yeah, of course, carbs late at night, because... in my personal opinion, and what I've experienced when I wake up in the morning, and other clients have said it, there's like swollen around the face and like the bloated and
water.
A lot of water. So a lot of water's getting held in your face, in your stomach, and throughout the day it's going obviously, but they think that's normal. And when I have now experienced it on different people, they're coming to me and saying, I didn't realise this is how I am meant to feel, because I'm so used to feeling that way.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly what I was like with the gluten. I thought everyone felt like shit off bread. That's what I just thought. I just thought it was just a thing. If you eat pasta, you eat bread, you feel like crap. And like when I went to see John, who we had on a few weeks ago, I got the intolerance testing, and he was like, it's 100% gluten, like cut out gluten, and I cut it out for 6 weeks straight. And the way he sold it to me is he said, you will be laser focused. And I was like, oh, You tell me I'll be laser focused out. That is for me. And I was like, I'm already so focused. I can't wait to be laser focused. And I did. I felt amazing with it. So going off that, just a little personal question. Is there a certain time you should stop eating? Because I've heard this a lot, like, don't eat after 6 o'clock, don't have to, because I do TikTok live. Sometimes I'm eating at like 9, 10 o'clock. Is that bad? Not bad, because you shouldn't say bad, but...
Again, I think it just depends on what you're eating. So if...
Probably a chippy, I
So if you are eating your carbs, I have found in the morning I'm a little bit more foggy and I'm more tired. Whereas when I'm eating high fat, high protein, and then I eat late myself because I'm not finished with clients till about 8. So I'm not eating till like 9. And by that point, it's like I've still got to get my protein and my fat in, so I am eating regardless. And I also find if I do eat carbs late at night, I'm starving in the morning.
Yeah.
So I've just found so many negatives to eating them so late at night. And so when I have got my clients, I say, this is what I am going to recommend. If it's not fit for you, then we're going to change it. But let's try this way first. And I've had a success rate 10 out of 10, definitely.
Yeah. So there you go. You've heard it off here. So everyone has different opinions and stuff. And this is the goal of the podcast, is to, like, you know, get as many people in as I can and speak to them about it. These are conversations. I'm having conversations that I just would never have, and that's what I love about the podcast. Definitely. But another thing that I like about the podcast is I like to go a bit personal. I like to go a bit deep.
That kind now.
No, not like that personal. So one of my favourite questions to ask, and I do love this question, is what is a personal strength of yours?
I do think I am a good people person. I feel like when I talk to people, they seem to open up, and then I've got the answers to say, and that is why I went into psychology, because I feel like you've either got it or you haven't, and I do feel like I've got it. So for me to, as my purpose, to help people, I do definitely think there's some way for me to get in and succeed.
Yeah. Talk to me about the psychology, because I don't want to just brush past that, because that is a huge, like that is like a huge, what I'm trying to say, like achievement. Is that the words I am? So how young was you when you started the psychology?
I think 19, maybe, 19. And I've got a low attention span. So it's when something interests me, I'm going to listen. But then when they start going on about the war in my lectures, I'm going to switch off. So I loved bits, and then there was bits that I never loved. But because I work in the secure units, it definitely linked into what I was doing. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are misjudged, because when they've had past traumas, they seem to pass it on. And then people make this big hate around them, when if you go further in and look closely, it's not actually their fault, because it's what's happened previously. And that's what I found interesting. So that's what I just want to make a little bit of a difference and make people's preferences and opinions a little bit different with it.
Yeah. So you're a little bit of like everything, are you, in like a feel-good factor kind of thing, because you've got the psychology, you're doing the nutrition side, and you're doing the exercise side. So you're like, it's like a little like all in one, isn't it? Wrapped up in a little bell. So that is basically the coaching, isn't it? That's like the side of the coaching. So is there any plans in the future or anything? Are you ever going to go on to like coaching in as such as, obviously I don't mean physically coaching, I mean like mindfulness coaching?
Well, yeah. So lately I feel like I haven't put my feet on the ground and I'm not climbing up the ladder. I feel like I'm a bit stationary and it's starting to kind of wind me up. So I was like, right, I'm going to have to interrupt you. How can you feel like that when you are 23? Is that right?
You own your own business, you've got a psychology degree. I mean, come on, give me a break. Give me a break. I think I was still drinking on the streets at your age with Lamborghini. Come on.
Because I just don't find myself climbing, and I'm probably being a little bit too hard on myself, but because I do know my own potential, I feel like it's just so far away and I'm not getting to it anytime soon. So we applied for the job with Secure in the gym together and didn't get it, and it was a bit disheartened, but then I thought, you know what, it's my time actually now to look at what I want, and eventually I want to be a rehab centre that not only provides for mental health, so say for instance you're with me, I will then give you your mental health check-ins, so I'll see what's going on, but I also want you to do me a food diary And if I am still in the country, as mentioned, wanting to go abroad, we'll do one-to-ones, whether it's once a month or twice, or you will get a set program and you'll have to follow it, whether it's in your own home or in the gym. It'll just depend. But it'll be more of a early intervention rather than people who are genuinely like, they need a little bit more medication. So people who are more early intervention, I will be their rehab and I will give them 3 different.
That's amazing. Is there anything like that now?
We'll soon find out. I don't want to say it in case anyone loves it.
She's patented it. No, that is amazing. That, because I'm just thinking about now, there used to be this young girl that I used to work with, and I was a lead nurse and she was younger and stuff, and she really did suffer and stuff, and sometimes I just wanted to have that, like, that, I don't know, that experience in that, but I didn't, you know what I mean? So I couldn't help her as much as I could. So to have a place or somewhere to say, like, right, look, I want you to come here, that's just fantastic.
I feel like a lot, what we were mentioning about the doctors, they don't say that instantly. So if I was to go to doctors now, it'd be quite easy for me to be put on medication, and it wouldn't really be like, I want to see what your lifestyle, how's your sleep, how's your family, how is your food, how's your exercise, so on and so on. So maybe in a referral can do all them check-ins, and I feel like them together, it's definitely a place in the margin, and because I know it's going to work, it's facts that it's going to work. Yeah.
So you know when you're doing the bank nursing, where did you say it was? Sorry, it's like in a unit.
Yeah, so it's secure unit.
Are they exercising and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's people who take them in the gym and stuff, but then because the medication's got them that drowsy, they don't really want to, but they do like bits of boxing and
And have you seen, like, is there anything that, like, could come to mind? Obviously patient confidentiality, you can't mention, but have you seen, like, this working for people? Have you seen someone when they first come in, they're really thinking, and then, like, you know, obviously you working with them, exercise and stuff, and it does, or even in your gym and stuff like that?
Definitely more so in the gym, I feel like, because people do come in and that day they're having a down day and he didn't want to come in, and then as soon as I kind of, don't get me wrong, as soon as we finish they want to kill me, but then they go home and I get a nice little message, and I think, because I'm also that person, I'm not going to just sit there and say, do so many reps, I want you to open up to me because I want to help you. So again, going back to the mental health, I am your person, you're paying me, so it's also a therapy session, so I just want you to come in and feel good about your body. I do genuinely want to help.
Like a release. You want them literally to walk out, and even if obviously you can't help the problem, you can be the thing of release where they can come in, they can kick the shit out of the box and get their anger out, do some squats, but then also speak to you and get it out. No, I really love your business motto. I think that's what it's called, where it's all, everything that you're putting together. I think it's really like, it really works well together. I've got a few people that I feel like I need to refer to.
Could bring them all.
But yeah, I love that. So you've mentioned abroad a few times now, so I'm intrigued. Come on, tell me.
Oh, it's just always been a goal. I want to be on the beach with my dog every morning and a coffee.
Is there a destination or is it just a beach?
Well, there was Australia, and then I just thought it's so much money to get there. I feel like it's a little bit more overwhelming, and I feel like it's going to take me too long. So now I've even said Portugal because I can drive to Portugal. It was Italy, but you've got to speak Italian, and I don't speak Italian.
Okay.
So at the moment it's Portugal or Canada.
Yeah.
I've got family in Canada, so I'm kind of...
Yeah. Are we getting the dog over to Canada?
Just a plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd love to see Bruno. What, did they go like underneath?
Yeah, well, they can go under your seat, but they've got to be the size of a chihuahua.
So my XL, got no checks.
No, so my arm is not going under that seat. I have seen planes who actually let the dogs on the seats, but probably not my budget.
Poor little Bruno would have to have a muzzle and everything on that. Mind you, would he though? Because it's another country. Don't know. Yeah, so when we move over abroad, so your business, where it is, so like one of the questions that I like to ask is, drop the ego, because obviously I know this goes on the internet and not everybody is as open as me. Some people like to keep the cards close to chest. Them days have long gone for me now. Ella actually said to me yesterday, this is going on the internet, you know, and I was like, oh, do you think I'm bothered now?
Do you know what? Yeah. I am not a closed person. I go in that bloody gym and they know my life story.
So when I say to you, where does your business go? Where does it go? And what is a few points that you're thinking like 10 years time, where is it going to be?
Well, hopefully it's completely my own with the mental health side. In 10 years time, I want to be the boss of the rehab, probably. Maybe, I don't know, because it's going to be hard. I'm not on that ladder yet, but definitely on my way to the rehab, if not already in it, working my way up in it.
Yes.
I feel like PTing is great, but there's only so far it's going to get you if you do want to be your own boss in the vision that I've got. And I don't feel like PT is going to fulfill that without anything else aside it.
Yeah. So to open a rehab, have you even looked into what is the licenses and all that?
No, because I'm going to ring around a few early intervention team and tell them what I've got to offer, and then go from there.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I'm excited to see where that goes.
I'm excited.
I am. I'm really excited to see where that goes. Right, what are we doing for fun? What do you do for fun? Because I've seen you out, I've seen you on them morning walks, you like to get out.
What do I do for fun?
I don't know why this is the one question that puts everyone up.
Holidays.
Yes.
Do holidays, and absolutely. Do you know, what I do for fun is be myself. That is literally what I do for fun. Anywhere I am, I'll just be me, because that's who I like to be. And I think if you don't like me, that's your problem. Like, and I've got a lot of people. I
mean, I can't imagine not a lot of people not to like you. Love you like a little bundle of joy.
Some people, it's maybe they're a bit intimidated.
Okay.
So because
your problem,
I'm loud and maybe I'm outspoken, but I just want to have a good time. So come with me and have a good time. And I'm a yes man. So be a yes man with me. Like let's go and live our life. Like, even as down to go on the beach with a coffee. That it's just seeing the sunset, seeing the sunrise. I think natural little small things in life make life. And just bettering yourself, just better yourself. And yeah, I do believe that I am happy. Well, when it comes onto my cycle, I don't know about that. Bipolar. But any of the
You know what? I'm going to go back to let's touch on that. So on a nutrient side on your cycle, what can we do to help it? Because that is where my diet just goes down to pot. So I think that there's something psychologically in my brain that goes, you've come on your periods, chocolate. It's like the weirdest thing.
Well, I done a little story and I had chocolate cravings myself. These are little still in my bag, so I'm kind of testing myself. And I just made myself like a granola bowl.
I was seeing that,
not really a granola bowl, but it was just yogurt, honey, natural honey, not all this processed malarkey. Berries, just fruit, because fruit's sweet, honey is sweet. So as soon as you have that, your cravings are going to be gone because you're all just craving something sweet, and that is sweet. So just give it a try. Just have alternatives and
just save it, because it is just definitely in your brain, isn't it? There's no like nothing to say chocolate relates to. Because I heard that your sugar levels drop, so you need sugar.
Obviously all like your estrogen and it does all correlate together, and you're going up and down with hormones, so you are starting to crave. But I feel like because we are but we are so used to just jumping to chocolate, and do you know what, there has been times when I've been craving because I haven't ate bars in a long time. I'm like, get me a KFC and a chippy and a cheesecake. Allow it. Like, don't beat yourself up, because tomorrow's the next day and that day is the day. So it, like the way people say, oh, I've had a bar of chocolate, I'm gonna go bad all day now. You don't have to go bad all day. Just have you bar of chocolate. Don't beat yourself up. I hated the gym this last week because obviously I've been drinking and it's killed me off. But I've just been slow. I've kind of got myself back on my programme, but slow, not as heavy, because my body just can't take it, but I'm getting in.
Yeah, exactly.
So just,
and it's like, what's that saying? Like, no one ever regrets a workout they missed. That's what it is. Do not clip that into an advert. That's what they say, but it is so true, isn't it? On the way, so for me, for drinking, I used to really like a drink. I used to drink every weekend with my mates, used to have a ball in my 20s, and then I started to get really down days after drinking. I used to get like, well, I still do, I get anxiety after it. I get the dreads of the dreads. It's just it's the worst thing. But so I went completely like, I'm cutting it out, but I enjoy kuchen with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. And then so now I've taught myself that you can have that glass of wine, you can have one glass of wine, it doesn't mean, and I've like had to do it that way, you know what I mean? Like just be a bit more mindful drinking. So I'm not teetotal, I don't binge drink anymore, but I just have it when I can, and then I'll get like a glass of water or have like a Diet Coke.
And that'll be stopping your binging. Yeah. Because you're allowing yourself, you're quite happy with it. Food isn't the enemy, and it is in moderation. Like, don't get me wrong, there's reasons why you probably shouldn't drink every weekend, but that's going further on. It's like dopamine and things.
Well, yeah.
But like going right back to it, if you're gonna completely and utterly stop yourself in something that you'd actually love to do, then you're gonna end up binging. So have it in drifts and drafts, just don't overload yourself.
Yeah. Or have the piece of chocolate, but then don't have the whole packet of crisps after it and the whole thing of like your wet chocolate, your guts.
Yeah, that's why I can't touch the digestive, because if I have one, I'm not even telling myself no then, I'll just...
Jaffa cakes are the same with me.
You know what?
One Jaffa cake.
Chocolate fingers, I don't know whether anyone's onto this, but a hot chocolate and then a chocolate finger and you bite both ends and suck it through.
Are you lying?
Unbelievable, Jeff.
I love that. That is the best. And that is such a winter thing as well. Everyone's going to be doing it. I absolutely love that.
I was like that on the plane on the way in with the little mini ones.
I want to go and do that right now. So
I'll be in Gusto in a minute. Hot chocolate finger.
Hot chocolate's a good one to stop the cravings, isn't it? Little hot chocolate is a good one.
And you can make that out of protein parts and stuff now. I've seen like little TikTok things.
Yeah, or the pancakes. You can do protein pancakes.
You've got a lot of ultimatums is the way it is.
Alternatives.
Ultimatums. Whatever would you vote?
Yeah. So, what is one piece of advice that somebody has given to you that has always stuck with you?
In terms of business, or just overall?
Because I feel like you're going to say your catchphrase now anyway. That you're always
Today's the day. No, well, I find, especially in business, find your niche.
Yes.
That's definitely. So when new PTs have came into our gym and they say, I don't know where to start, find your niche and go in. And don't get, so when I went onto the online, finding the mental health online, it's impossible. It's impossible. So then I had to then change myself to working with busy mums, something that I had to just kind of go with the flow. Because
I've seen that you do like little videos, don't you, for the busy mums?
Yeah, so that was a lot easier because you're just finding family pages and kind of getting involved with them. But finding that well, it's hard. So that's why I kind of thought the in-person clientele and then to do my own little videos is just the best way for me to go with the mental health side. Yeah.
Finding your niche is definitely one. And then just one last little thing as well, because I've seen that you're really good at it, and I think
I don't know what it's gonna be.
No, it's a compliment. I can't remember, so I don't know, but you're the face of your brand, similar to me. So you're on your videos, you're talking, you're on there, because a lot of people that come in, they're fairly new to social media and stuff like that. So any tips on how you've managed to conquer that, because it's very hard. Don't give a shit.
Be yourself. Just like me and Faye say a thing, but they're all meat suits. You're just a meat suit. I'm a meat suit. Ella's a meat suit. So we're just on a fiery ball and we're this big. So why are we bothered about anyone else's opinion? Because that is your life. So go and be your best, shine as bright as you can, and for the people that can't handle it, don't deserve your space and energy anyway. So get on your pages, say what you need to say, absolutely smash your own life, because you will not regret it when you've worked that hard. You are happy with what you have done, rather than thinking Tom, Dick and Harry's opinions.
Just give me goosebumps. Oh, I love that. What a way to finish the pod. Babe, you are shining bright. You are shining. I have absolutely loved having you sit here. You've done so well. Wouldn't have even thought you were one bit nervous. You've done really well. Have we plugged everything? Have we spoke about everything? Where did you find it on your social media?
Mindful movements.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed having you. Thank you so much. And I am so excited to watch your journey, because I see you on that beach. You will be on that beach.
I see me too.
Guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.